Hey, John. Hey, John. Knock, knock. ActMan. ActMan's a fucking idiot who's going to end up screwing this up completely. Let's go!
Real talk, the metaphor messiah, man. I got this one. Let's go. You ever seen the morning star? Mr. Metaphor Messiah, back to show you who we are. I represent a legacy, a pothead like the 70s, a different kind of mind. They say we only speak in melodies. Legend in the game, I think I found a solution. Got a crazy kind of flow, I need a verbal institution. Monster on the mic, I feel like hip-hop then adopted me. You pussy niggas shook, you let them turn this to a mockery. I give a fuck about their recognition. I'm trying to spit the fucking truth, somebody get the message. These politics, they overstate the obvious. They shooting like Stoyakovich, it's war on every continent. Deeper than you know, I'm what you hate if you the government. Young black with heart, I put
What's up, everybody? How you doing? Real Talk Metaphor Messiah taking us in. How you doing? It is Willie Mac Wednesday, and Willie Mac will be around in just moments. I'm Dead on Dave, and it's Wednesday, June 15, 2022. And let me clarify something. ActMan's a fucking idiot. Like,
100%.
Look, man, look. I felt Pete Tommy and others were going too hard on it. I said that publicly. Going a little bit too hard on the whole situation. Maybe making a mountain out of a molehill, perhaps. But then ActMan proves him 100% right. I've known Tommy for 15 years. I have never met anybody who will say something about somebody that doesn't have to be proven true. Like, he will say something about somebody very similar to this. I think this guy is this way for this reason. And there's only what Tommy sees as the reason for it. Now, it's very simple for people to hear that and simply not do what he says they're going to do. But this is unbelievable because he has joined a long growing list of people who simply go, fuck it. If I wasn't that way, I will be now. Here you go. It's unbelievable how fucking dumb people are, Nerdy John.
Yeah. Do you want to hear what he blamed it on?
What?
He blamed it on COVID.
What do you mean?
He was on a stream with Review Tech USA, another creator who's been covering quantum. He said, "I don't know this stuff of Tommy. I was in the wrong. I think it was because I had COVID. You know,
COVID now makes you copyright strike people or threaten to take down videos."
Dude, maybe Quantum's just had like the longest case of COVID. Oh my God, it all makes sense now.
Yeah, that's right. Quantum has just been perpetually full of COVID. Yeah, the thing is, it's like this. If you notice, now you go back to the beginning, because I've always backed you with the Quantum coverage and everything. But at the beginning, I warned you. I said, don't cover this too hard. Make sure you break it up, get some other videos in there, because you don't want to be known as this guy.
Exactly.
And I think it's very easy now for people to be covering something or someone or get emotionally invested with somebody or someone and simply lose all their fucking senses. Now, ActMan was already a goddamn douche anyway. Even while defending him, I was saying that. When it comes to I still don't think he should have been demonetized for what he got demonetized for. Now I'm giving less and less of a fuck if he ever gets it back, because now you're going and you're being just as bad. You're just doing something so needlessly stupid. And I think what irritates me the most is you're proving Tommy right.
Exactly. This went from a story about a guy trying to bully a small channel into leading his videos on him. To now it's two bullies fighting over who's the bigger bully.
And you can't do this with Tommy. Like, this is the last guy, because he won't let it go, and he was going to make you look every bit as fucking stupid as you deserve to look. There's no defense for it. There's no reason for it. It's needless and dumb. This dude he's too emotional. He acts without thinking. Is that the act? Man, I don't get that. This is what's confusing to me, is how can you be so fucking impulsive and do something that you gotta know? Everybody is covering. Look, everybody was covering to the umpteenth degree whether or not Quantum has done anything wrong, or actually copyright struck anybody. While that conversation was happening, you're hearing everybody's take on this very thing. So why would you do it? Why would you threaten it? Why would you even mention anything like it in relation to Tommy or anybody else? It's stupid. It's just stupid. Good. What are your thoughts?
Dude, like I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I was like pretty like not mad in the sense like I was just irritated with his actions. I told you I've been irritated with his actions, and then that was the thing that just blew everything up because especially in the beginning,
So dumb.
like me. Yeah, especially in the beginning, like me and you were like, okay, well, like we gotta be charitable here. This dude just lost his channel. His mom and family are getting pulled into this drama,
Well,
right?
even aside from that,
just
the only thing he did that was even questionable in my eyes up until this point was the LGBT fucking tweet. But it was, once again, it was impulsive and stupid. Remember, I didn't have a problem with the fucking video as far as having the YouTube heads of the departments that he criticized citing their own fucking policies. I will never have a problem with that. Ever. Ever. And the guy really did as much as you could do with it. He took it. The Philly D picked it up, and everything was fair about it. But when you go back and you watch that Philly D interview, you could see how evasive and weird and back and forthy. And I mentioned that to you when we he didn't look all that good to me. Like, I don't feel he came off as good nearly as he could have. He admitted in that video that he was already withholding information. He already knew that was coming. He lied about that. But, you know, just you kind of give that a pass, emotion. There's things you can give a pass to, and there's things you cannot give a pass to. And we've long since fucking gone over the rainbow of giving a pass to. Just utter stupidity. Yeah. And to the wrong fucking guy. To the wrong guy.
Yeah, the only person who's like one, other than like his fan base, of course, the only other person I've seen 100% defend ActMan who has any influence is Mischief. And like, I cut Mischief some slack with this because his only interaction
we need to rally behind Quantum
TV.
Commentary
He's a victim
community
has been tipster.
Hashtag justice for Quantum TV.
Wait. Peepaw Riveter donated $5. We need to rally behind Quantum TV. He's the victim. Justice for Quantum. Let's not go too fucking far. You know, why does everybody got to do that? Just stupidity.
Right. Oh, you're defending Quantum now?
Let's bring the pendulum back all the other way. Thank you for the $5. Peepaw, change your Depends diapers. You guys are way off the mark. Shut up, Rhoda. I don't think ActMan is used to being challenged. I know he's obviously not, and he doesn't know how to respond to it. He doesn't know how to take this. And what have I said many times about this drama shit? Either you can do it or you can't. And there's no question in my mind. This guy cannot be in this form. He has no ability to do it. He's not that type of a speaker. He's not really that, in my opinion, he's not a talented guy. I've watched some videos now. I've seen his act. And honestly, after all this, I don't see it much of as an act. He's a spurg. He seems to be another spurg who was outspurged by somebody for a little short period of time, but now has shown himself to be just as big, if not bigger of a spurg. And I say that because of this reason. Quantum has done probably infinitely more individual things, more accounts of all of these type of actions, more threats of all these type of actions, but ActMan was the call outer of that, and he has been through this entire situation that has revolved around nothing but it. You can't then, at the end of that, turn around and do the exact same thing to one of the guys who's criticizing you. You can't. You were criticizing Quantum. And what the fuck is wrong with you, you fucking idiot? Idiot. Just I want to yell at this guy. I don't even have anything else. Stupid.
Oh
Riveter.
my God! Matt read me some of the DMs that ActMan was sending him when me and him streamed. It was unhinged stuff. Like he was like, "You need to stop your conspiracy."
It's not a conspiracy. You threatened it. You did it. I get that, but really baiting at an emotional guy. It's not baiting. This guy's responding. This guy is getting involved. If this dude calms the fuck down and leaves this alone, EPDR, right from the beginning and just allows you stop right after the Philly D stuff. When you start looking bad and you look back at that video, he starts looking bad right there. That's when you shut the fuck up, you go into a bunker and you let YouTube resolve. Because I'll bet you, I got a feeling, if he shuts up after that Philly D thing, there's a chance he gets his shit back. If he handles it right. But he didn't. He didn't handle any of it correctly. He handled
right.
I mean, this is about as bad as of a handling of a situation as I've ever fucking seen.
Yeah, it was fine for him to be on Augie's show. It was fine for him to be on stream with Nick.
Sure.
I think it's just it was Twitter behavior. He should have restricted Twitter for the moment in time just for updates on the situation. Or heck, spam out your Patreon link.
Well, I mean, really what he should have been doing, too, is the second time he started getting involved, he should have just known who the fuck he was fucking with. Like, you can't give Tommy the ammo. You can't, like, Tommy just made us, at the end of the day, when you look at it, doesn't matter how bad you might think ActMan is, there's no question that Tommy was painting a picture of what he could be. Not even what he is, just what he thought he was. ActMan didn't have to become that. He didn't. He should have done everything in his power to make sure that's not what he would be. But
100%.
It's easy to do. Just fake it. Put on an act, man. You asshole. It's your name. Put on a different suit. Fuckface. Like, this is unbelievable to me. This is making me angrier by the moment. It's unbelievable. Yeah. Weed and wrestling. How the fuck did you grow rabbit ears? That's what I want to know. Power of donations, baby. Power of donations.
The power of donations, which you can help out with the Streamlabs link below.
That's right. There you go. You even took the shill further. Thank you. Appreciate that. Every $3 to the channel, we do another hat change. Yes, yes. Oh, we're also doing. I got George here tonight, although I can't show him very long because I don't want to get demonetized. We're taking George rips and all kinds of good stuff on this wonderful Wednesday. A Willie Mack Wednesday, allegedly. I don't know. I don't know.
I think he might still be settling in from his flight.
That's possible. I mean, I wrote him this morning. He said he was in, but, things happen. It's all good. He'll be here or he won't. But guess what? Even if he's not, you got Dead on Dave. You got Nerdy John. And you got Peepaw Riveter. How you doing, Rivy?
Hey, I think I know where Willie's at.
Where's Willie?
Willie may have came into possession of a huge data dump of information that was maybe cataloged from a certain Discord server. That's all I can say at this point.
Oh,
are you serious?
Yeah.
You bastard.
Well, he still could write an email. He can send me hi.
I'm sure you'll be in
David.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm here.
Hey, I'm here to listen. I think you guys are being a little bit harsh on Quantum.
On Quantum?
Yeah, I think I need to defend Quantum.
You're
here
defending
a little bit.
Quantum? All right.
Listen, anybody who has enough self assurance to dress up and wear a Deadpool mask. And
hold on, you're boring me. Shut up. Hold on. Shut up a second. You're boring me. Weed and wrestling. I just remembered. That's Andre Corbiel, baby. That's a wrestling legend. Well, a wrestling journalist legend. I could beat up Andre Corbiel in a wrestling match, but that's just me. And because he's Canadian, what is he going to do? It's Andre Corbiel in the house. Weed and wrestling. My old buddy. How you doing? Miss Abby Blackbird. How you doing? Boo-hoo, big oops. All you guys. Yage in the house. So many people. Let me see what you wrote. He's doing exactly what Quantum did, continuing the drama by responding poorly to everything. All he had to do was let Tommy do his thing. Everyone was against Tommy until he spurred out. Yeah, that's the funny thing. Tommy was really fighting an uphill battle with it. He was convincing some people, but I think a lot of people seem to be that maybe you're doing a little too much here. Maybe this doesn't need to be as big as this is being made to be. And then the guy goes and proves him right. I'm so agitated that Tommy gets to spike the fucking football again. I'm so agitated over this. It's like, why are you just give it to him? Here you go. Here's a little W. Sorry, Riveter. You were being boring. I had to spice it up. What were you saying?
Quit picking on Quantum.
Oh, if you're going to do this bit, at least do it better. You got to do it better.
What bit do you want me to do?
I don't
do you
know.
Want me to, you want me to go into Tommy C rant and
You're not
Spurg?
capable. You're not capable. Of
No, I'm not. I'm not spicy. I'm not.
You're just going to sound weird. You're just going to.
And you know the truth. I can't.
So where do you really stand on this? Give me your real fucking opinion. Where
I'm gonna tell you. Here's why I'm pissed off, because we have an actual bad actor on this platform named Quantum. Yeah. And rather than us being focused on that and his long, long history of wash and repeat of what he does, we now have to deal with this man-child who lives in his mama's basement named ActMan.
What an idiot.
That's the problem. That's the problem. I mean, you know, I question, how does somebody who is this immature get this type of influence within the community to where he train wrecks it? He literally what it is, he said, "Here, hold my beer."
Because they
and
didn't
then
know.
He decided,
well, because he wasn't in the same realm. You know, he wasn't in that. Once you take somebody out of their comfort zone and you force them, or they force themselves, to be something that they're not and respond and react to things in real time, he's like, "Oh, I fucking comment on everything. I'm fucking good." But he doesn't realize that some of these commentator guys, this is all they do. They research, they catalog, and they find ways to take the piss out of you. It's constantly what they do, and some of these guys have been doing this for a decade and more. And the ones who have been doing it as long have been watching it for a decade or more. That's why it's never a big shock to me when people come from the outside into this this crazy coliseum of drama and online activity in regards to coverage, how they just continue to do everything, I mean, by the book, the absolute wrong fucking way. By the book, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Why the fuck do these guys suck? I don't even need the rhyme.
No.
He started acting like the T channels during the Gabby Hanna coverage.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, you have to take his word on it.
Let me ask you now, Nerdy, in a conversation
up,
you and I had, because didn't you say, because you were a follower of that man for a while, didn't you say he had gotten in and had done this type of stuff in the past and had fared well? So I mean, this is not like.
Well, actually, here's the thing, right? He technically did drama videos in the past, but it wasn't on the level of research that he was doing with Quantum. When he did a drama video beforehand, it was a really crappy video on why Nazis shouldn't be in World War II games.
Those are just opinion pieces. Those aren't necessarily drama videos.
That's not drama,
yeah. Those are
no. Like, he was criticizing a video on that. So, he did it in a very commentary way.
Right. But
like that.
But if the crux, I mean, see, the thing is, you know as well as I do, when we get into the drama stuff, it becomes more about just one act or one thing. So when I think, and I'm not trying to mince hairs over what he was doing, but I think it's still a different arena. You know, giving an opinion and expounding on that opinion and then going to war with other channels based on emotions or retaliation, as it become his MO, are completely different things. And then when you have to go on every big commentator's channel and decide to fucking live battle every fucking one of these guys, it's just, how do you, if you're not used to it, what are you expecting to happen? And we saw what's going to happen. And the thing is, he's being told by everybody what not to do. You know, you listen to these people are playing clips to him about the criticisms that he's taking, you know, like telling him, take a beat, relax,
and
maybe
the frustrating thing is,
off, and he just won't.
And the funny thing is, he's like, yeah, you're right. Okay, I shouldn't be doing that.
He does do that. He constantly will affirm you, and then he'll say something like he did with Philly. Again, go back and watch that Philly D video. If you really want to see it, in hindsight, it's so much worse than it was the first viewing. When I watched it, it set some. And remember, we talked about this. I didn't like the way he came off. I didn't like the way he responded. I didn't like that he just so easily admitted, the way that he did at least, that he was withholding information. Like, it was no big fucking deal that he already knew something that he said he didn't know. And Philly let him walk. He let him walk on it. He let him off on all those things. And the guy was able just to fucking go to the next level with it. And if he doesn't continue to be a fuckbag, I do believe he would have got his monetization back. Then he started fucking with everybody, and it's just showing him for the spurg he is. Let's get Xylee in here. We are taking live calls, questions, comments, concerns, hopes, dreams, quips, quotes, likes, loves, and whatever else you might have. We got the beautiful, the wonderful, the super talented live streaming extraordinaire, Xylee. What's going on, Xylee?
Oh my God, you know how to stroke my ego so well.
I can stroke a lot of things, baby. How we doing on this day?
All right.
I'm taking the tipster spot. I'm taking it.
Listen, since Riveter has to be so nice about it, because you know it's Riveter, I'll say it. Fuck that dude. He's a snitch, and I knew he was a snitch from the very beginning.
Snitches get stitches.
Seriously. Look, so on my channel, I cover a variety of different communities. And the one thing I notice, and John, when I say this, I'm not really including you, but you're kind of included, so don't take this wrong. But one thing I notice is small anti-communities, like the anti-KJ, Haydor, the anti-Krama community. What I noticed about ActMan and his Merry Men, they acted like one of those anti-channels.
They did. They did.
Well, the people that he hangs out with now makes a lot more sense. You know, his affiliation with the fucking Elvises and all them of the world, all those guys. It makes a lot more fucking sense now. You know?
And the problem is with a lot of those anti-channels and anti-communities, they end up becoming the very people they hate. Oh, and I think in his case, that's cancellation. Cancel, everybody gets in your way.
Are you surprised at how quickly he went to the move, even though that's the move he was criticizing? I mean, and to make it even funnier, Xylee, when you think about it, his video against YouTube really about everything else was about hypocrisy. So how the fuck could he show himself to be such a huge hypocrite? I mean, it's blowing my mind.
Well, honestly, most people who cry hypocrisy are hypocrites themselves.
Yeah, I openly accept most of Star hypocrites. By accident or by choice. We talk too much.
Well, remember when I came up here and I said that I didn't know that if I even wanted to run that story, and then I made that announcement on Twitter that I'm going to do it, and y'all might not like my opinion. And my opinion was he was a snitch. But then when I saw him and Willie get into it on Twitter, I said, that's it. I don't care what happens to you now. Because I am not, as small as a voice as I have, I am not lending my voice to help you.
That's fair. That's fair. That's totally fair. And then, you know what? That's the thing that we always get to do. We always get to choose who gets our support, our voice, our platform. And we've had these questions before. Not everybody is completely entitled to it all the fucking time. And opinions can change. Mm-hmm. This is what's interesting about the act. I don't know. I've been doing this for a long fucking time, both on regular drama, YouTube drama, wrestling stuff. I don't know if I've ever seen a story take such fucking crazy ass turns in such a short amount of fucking time, especially driven completely by just live streams. I mean, we all became the story, and everyone was able to influence this guy right off a fucking cliff. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. No, it was absolutely ridiculous. And when I saw him treating Willie the way he was treating Willie, and I knew, and everybody knew what Willie was doing. He was just asking questions. He wants to get the whole story before he makes his video, because you know what? He likes to make sure he has it right.
And
you know.
To be fair on that, even at the time, I didn't even feel that ActMan was all that out of line, because I felt that maybe Willie was I felt some of those questions were getting answered, and we were just kind of going around it. Especially after Nick's job with ActMan on there, where they went through the evidence and all that type of stuff. Some people still weren't happy with that, and that's totally fine too. But again, it's on ActMan to then stop these actions and stop the bleeding as soon as he sees it, and he just didn't. This guy is a full-blown spurg at the very least. It's fucking terrible.
Yeah, and it's hilarious for ActMan to claim that Willie was trying to defend Quantum in any way.
That's what did it for me. That's exactly what did it for me.
And then he pulled the same move on Tommy. It's like, what the fuck, guy? Come on.
And when he did what he did to Tommy, because I'm sorry, that video was hilarious as hell. I laughed until I watched it like 4 times in a row. It was hilarious.
Tommy's the last one to do this to me.
Oh my God, that was so funny. But when he did what he did on Twitter, I was like, well, you know what? From now on, I'm just going to go with my gut instinct and just fire up a live and tell y'all how I feel about it so y'all can yell at me for a little bit and then it turns out right.
Yep. And when you're right,
You know
you
what the
look
funny
like a
thing is?
fucking genius. You look like, and that's the thing. Tommy lives for these moments. This is, I feel this is quintessential shot from the point. This is quintessential Tommy C. I've known this guy for so fucking long. This is that core, that moment, that feeling. Why you put your opinions out, why you walk that tightrope. Because when you're right, especially when the guy proves you right live in front of fucking everybody, there's nothing like it. There's nothing fucking like it.
I don't know. I
know
think
what the
Willie
funny
Mack
thing
is a
is?
patron saint of patience. I really
Oh,
do.
he gives away. I tell him to stake the fucking vampire all the time, but it turns out sometimes you just got to give them enough fucking wood. They'll impale themselves. It's great. Willie's got the right fucking moves. Fuck it.
Has anybody else noticed that everybody else has went dark 30 on this cat except for ViewTech? Has anybody else noticed that? Asmongold's not talking about him anymore. Subordinary Gamers, Mudahar, he's not talking about it anymore. Most Critical Charlie, he's went dark too. Nobody's saying nothing now.
You know why?
In defense of Rich, Quantum did call him a pedophile.
Well, yes.
But the
Why do you
reason
think that?
you know why? Because he didn't realize a lot of those big guys came from the commentary community, and he just met the commentary community.
Yeah.
ActMan formally met the commentary community. They don't care about the size of your channel, and they don't care about ratios on Twitter.
Nope.
They're going to say how they feel no matter what.
Yep. And he wasn't ready for it. He wasn't ready
No.
for people who on it. See, ActMan is the type of guy who will dress up in a suit and tell you, I don't care what you think. And the reality is, it's all he cares about. He obsesses about it. Now, us over here who've lived a little bit more, some of us are older. I don't know if you know this, Zyla, but a couple of us out here are a little
Yeah,
aged.
some of us are. Yeah, a little bit.
We honestly don't fucking care. And Tommy more than most.
For ActMan's
Thank you for the
vacation
$25,
fund.
Bandu, baby. I think that was Bandu. Let me see.
Surrounded by old people.
We're all fucking old, baby. For ActMan's
Nerdy
vacation
John.
fund.
Nerdy John, are you calling me old? Are you calling me old, Nerdy John?
What I heard.
No.
No,
He would never
no,
do that,
I'm
Zyla.
Do I have to?
Riveter
Do I have to fire up a live stream about you, Nerdy John? Because I will.
Dude, you don't want to fuck with
100%.
Zyla. She'll mess you up.
I've got stories, Zolly. Anytime you want, I got stories on that.
All right, I'm gonna be doing my Willie Mack research and be asking questions.
Willie Mack, who's that? Who's that guy? Oh, the guy who's supposed to be here? That fucking guy?
And you know what? We can blame Riveter for that because he just had to give him the juicy information.
You gave it
right
to him,
now.
Riveter, you son of a bitch! Oh.
Oh, who said that?
Now,
What?
I thought, so this is great. So Riveter tried to break the story a little bit by saying what might have happened, and then Nerdy John outed him because he was the one who gave him the goddamn fucking story. Son of a
So
bitch.
basically,
You know
you
what?
can blame this. You couldn't wait an hour to give it to him, Riveter.
No, he couldn't.
I give it to him earlier today. So, but there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot in
So
there.
he couldn't. So he really could have written me. I'm gonna kick his ass.
Dude, Riveter's been in that server since Quantum threatened me, which what like three months ago now. So you had a lot to
By
collect.
the way, I'm okay with Willie missing the show. You know why?
Yeah.
This video's gonna bang.
Yeah, but
No.
with all this information, oh, no, hold on. I'm sorry. We have to break conversation. Excuse me, tipster. Xylee is a bitch. Don't test her. LOL. Okay, tipster. It's on.
That was supposed to be complimentary, I believe.
It's
I
on.
think that was.
Oh,
But you know, another
Tipster,
thing.
another e-girl revolting.
Oh no!
An e-girl. Hold up, Nerdy John. Hold up. I am not an e-girl. I am a grown-ass woman. No. Oh, my God. I want to kick your ass.
She's at least a U girl, if not a Z girl. So you get an alphabet joke. That's an alphabet
mean,
joke. Get
Yeah.
it? Deeper in the alphabet,
So,
shoulder. Get it?
you
That's
know
a good
another-
joke.
Another thing that's kind of frustrating about this whole situation, if I could be serious for just a second,
Good try.
is the fact that our guy Nerdy here is really not getting props out there as he should, because he was at the catalyst of all this, right?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, but that's the thing. He was one of quite a few little channels that got some huge love from the stupidity of Quantum. Now, unfortunately, Nerdy John did not get the huge rub as like a couple of the other channels did. But I don't think he's complaining much. This is it's been a crazy ass ride. And I'm proud of him. He stuck it in there. And the thing is that what I like about this story for him especially is what he's learned is you got to kind of just let the story develop and go with it. You don't have to set your feet when the story's still in motion. We saw some people do that and get buried. And then we just watched the whole fucking thing turn about 9 or 10 fucking times. And it was unbelievable.
I'm sorry.
The reason why I made so many videos was because I didn't know it was going to get to this point. No. I thought it was just spurgy guy on the internet, right? Make a video.
Then we get 2 spurgy guys.
Done. Yeah. Yeah, you got 2 for the price of 1.
Fuck, man. Well, look, ActMan looked like a fucking douche from the beginning. It's not like this was a huge stretch for him to go mask off here, but it's just.
But I'm going to just say this, and I don't mean to necessarily lump all the AV content creators on this platform. But the ones that I've seen in and around Quantum and all my digging and researching, every one of those little bastards are squirrely. They're just all of them just nerdier than a squirrel turd.
They're antis. They're antis. They're antis, and their Lord and Savior is ActMan because he has however many subscribers, like 1 million or 2
he's
subscribers.
$1 million, right?
They're antis. Yeah. That's all they. I swear to God, take any of those little micro horrible little anti communities, and that is what is surrounded by ActMan. I'm telling you, I've seen it time and time again.
Can we take a moment? And I don't want to give any semblance of respect or notice or nod or anything to Quantum in any fucking way.
Oh, absolutely not.
However, is there another 68,000 fucking sub channel that's been able to fucking cause the dust up that this motherfucker has and not grow from it and not do anything with it? This dude's just sitting back watching everything burn, probably laughing like the Joker. It's like, this is crazy.
Because the thing is, he's not a troll either. He believes he's in the right with everything. So, Riveter can tell you this. The dude, he made a Discord post frequently, being like, "Guys, okay, we're done with the drama now. All TV videos now." And then he's like, "I'm sorry, guys, I gotta respond to this drama. Then we can go back to the AV content."
It seems like to me too. It seems like the 2 different dramas got convoluted.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, now, psychologically, I can understand where ActMan got pissed because Quantum called his mother. Because I have to admit, if someone called my mother, it would take a whole group of y'all to pull me into a Discord call and calm my ass down before I burned everything down.
Word. Yep.
So I get that.
However,
he didn't play it right. Come on, do you really think making a joke about doxing YouTube employees is really going to get you somewhere? I mean...
Hey, you guys remember that? I think it was the 2nd or 3rd Super Bowl with the Cowboys. It was the 2nd matchup with the Cowboys and Bills. This is going back a few years. I understand. But there was a moment, and why it sticks in my head is because my family almost became rich because of this moment. My aunt had a huge parlay, and the spread was whatever it was. And this play happened where one of the defensive players, I think it was Leon Lett for the Dallas Cowboys, picked up a fumble. They caused the fumble, picked it up, and was running it back. And he runs with his arms wide open, and he holds the ball out. And this is a blowout already. The Bills are being blown out. The game isn't close. And one of the receivers from the Bills comes up from behind and slaps the ball away at the last second before he's able to cross. And ended up being a safety, and they got the ball back, whatever. It cost my aunt $670,000 because that is
Jesus.
Yeah. So, but this is what we're seeing. ActMan had there are ways to look at it to maybe it wasn't as close or it wasn't going to get in much of his favor as it could have. But if you look at it at a time, it did look that way. And he was crossing that goal line, and he got lazy, put that ball out, and now it's just fucked. He fucked it.
I told Yeah, I told Riveter in a call that Quantum was already nailed to the wall. All was needed was the killing blow.
Yep.
Yeah.
And silence
Dude
would have
dropped
been
the
the
knife.
killing blow, bro. Silence. Everything was out.
He
Everything
screwed
was
up
done.
his. I'm telling you, I think what it is he got surrounded by all those smaller channels. And again, Nerdy John, I'm not lumping you into this, but he got surrounded by all those other smaller channels that were always hyping him up. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. And then he met the commentary community, and the commentary community, they were like, yeah, okay, we got your back. We got your back. Hold up now. Wait a minute. What the fuck was that? And he's not used to being questioned and told certain movements were wrong. He's taking somebody saying, hey, this move was wrong, as in, oh my God, you're sticking up for Quantum TV.
Yeah.
No, we're not. He's an asshole. But guess what? Two people can be wrong in the exact same fucking situation, you idiot.
You know, the funny thing is, all he had to do was just accept the criticism, as light as
Yes.
it was. And instead, he has to make it about not taking that responsibility, not admitting that he's wrong, even when he will in the same breath. And he'll still come back in DMs and say shit, you're just defending Quantum, or you're just doing this. No, motherfucker, that is a weak... You can never just say to somebody, you're just doing this. It sounds weak. There's nothing behind it, no matter what the other thing is that follows just. You're in a weakened position. You're in somebody else's DMs, and you're making an accusation that is stupid. And you're taking away from your own points. This guy just infuriates me. He fucking infuriates the...
Oh, and then when he goes
Yeah.
into the DMs talking, I guess it was a DM to Nicholas Diorio talking about how he's going to strike Tommy's channel. Did you really think that DM wasn't going to come out? Have you done your research on this community, you dumbass?
What a fucking...
Right, and then like in Matt's DMs, he was saying you need to stop this conspiracy theory that you and Tommy are peddling.
The
It's
problem is he
dumb.
proved it correct. It's not a conspiracy. You're everything they've said you are now. That's what you are. Your actions, not their words, your response to their words. That's the saddest thing here. Your response to others' words. And we've called this out every week, it feels like. People cannot stop themselves. It's a compulsion to go into those comment sections. Some of you motherfuckers in the chat are goddamn guilty. I rarely look at comments. You know why? Because they're stupid and they don't matter. You have to read them, but don't care about them. Don't fucking get involved. Say thanks for the support on the good ones, and then ignore the fucking bad ones. You're not weaker for ignoring the bad ones. Hell, even give a thumbs up to them if you want. I like everything.
I heart him. I heart him and say,
Heart 'em.
thanks for watching.
Yeah, take the piss
Oh,
out
there
of
you
them.
go. Kill him with kindness.
You could do that. There are so many ways to deal with it, but to challenge every point and not want to give inches and not want to give any semblance of points to people and continue just to double and triple down, you're ruining your career. And this is unfortunate because you need the support of the people right now, ActMan. This is your money now. You're not getting your monetization back. You just blew any chance of that. But now you really need the public opinion. And Tommy wasn't doing great at the beginning. Now it's over. You're done. It's just like, how many people can he convince now? That's your problem, and you brought it on yourself.
Hey, and you know what? To give credit to Tommy, even after before the video and after his stream on ActMan criticizing him, he still said, "Hey, I'll get into touch with people I can, like Count Dankula, and I'll see if they can help you."
Oh, Tommy deserves a lot of credit here. I'm not going to just blow him. I don't really do this with Tommy very often because I just get accused of blowing the guy. But you look at this, and I'm not even fully in support of how it began. You can look back at the Sunday show. I was like, I was there, but I was not expecting it. You know, it was so. You gotta give him credit because every chance he had, he fucking made sure to condemn the actions of people who were trying to get him to lump in with fucking Quantum. He gave ActMan every opportunity to relent, relax, and chill the fuck out. Yeah, was he continuing to be critical? Was he continuing to be satirical? Was he continuing to take the piss out of him? Yeah, he's Tommy fucking C, the only guy who talks more than me. Of course
That's
he's
saying
gonna do
something.
this. That is saying something, Silent. Hey, I've been letting you guys get it in tonight.
Yeah, I know. I'm just playing with you.
But
you
it
said
is saying
you
something.
told me to take Metamucil last time.
Yeah,
so
that's
I had
right.
To
I
give you a
know.
dig.
You got to take the piss out of him. That's true. Did you take the Metamucil? It's pretty. They have like nectarine flavor now.
No, actually, I drank a Diet Mountain Dew and felt much better.
Why drink a Diet Mountain Dew?
Well, I'm diabetic. I can't have the regular Mountain
So
Dew.
why do any Mountain Dew? Mountain Dew without the sugar is like heroin without the heroin. It just doesn't make any sense.
I feel like Diet Mountain Dew is worse.
You're right? Because they got to somehow remove all that toxicity from the green goo of doom, and that's got to take chemicals. You're probably drinking bleach. Probably have to bleach Mountain Dew.
Probably. That's probably why I've never had COVID. I've been drinking Diet Mountain Dew this whole time.
Get in the water. You got to drink nothing but water, lady.
I know. I actually need to be better.
I'm
about
taking
that.
my diet
husband gets on
seriously
me.
again because
I've
lost all this weight, but I'm kind of plateauing and I'm starting to feel like shit again because I was like, fuck my colon, fuck my IBS, fuck my lactose intolerance, ice cream every night. No, it was a bad idea and I'm paying for it now. It's not cleaning up again, so I'm going to tell you the same thing because you're older than me.
Yeah, well, my husband gets on me all the time about not drinking a lot of water.
He should get on you. And about not drinking water. Riveter's older than all of us, and he needs to be even more careful. So don't take it too personally, Xylee.
Oh, and poor Riveter on Twitter going, I feel so stupid. I was like, no, you weren't stupid. And I still believe you weren't stupid.
Well, you know, I went back and I listened to the podcast that we did on this other night. And after I watched the Philly D interview, I kind of started getting bells going off, kind of like Tommy did. The only difference was because Tommy's been in the game longer than me, his bells rung a lot louder and faster.
Tommy's also naturally suspicious. He just has a suspicious mind.
Yeah, he's a cynic. He's a cynic. Yeah. I'm the same way. I'm a cynic. I don't trust people.
And you know why
Tommy trust people.
And Tommy's tried a lot of things. There's things that I know about Tommy that you guys don't. Tommy was a ghost hunter. Tommy is LARPed. He's fucking put his dick in a lot of different honeypots out there. He's tried a lot of different things. He can fucking speak on these matters because he has the experience to do so with intelligence. Nobody fucking thinks it because he's a loudmouth and speaks his fucking mind. But the reality is, he sets you up. And speaking of a guy who will fucking set you up and walk you right off a fucking cliff if you let him, the now goddamn the messiah of goddamn prognostication, Willie Mac. What's up, you late motherfucker? It's 7:42.
What's up, Dave? Yeah, I completely got distracted and forgot about this for sure.
We've been hammering this show though. Good numbers. The fucking Xylie's been us. Riveter's been doing things. John's been
hell yeah.
How you doing?
It's been a eventful week. I've never seen a guy nuke his own movement so fast.
What an idiot! What an asshole, Willie!
For literally nothing. It's just like me asking a few fucking things. He just nukes the whole thing. Dude.
You guys were all telling him what not to do, dude. How the fuck does he threaten Tommy's channel? What the fuck?
Dude, this guy went. No, before that though, this motherfucker goes on a whole like slander spree against me. Right? It was fucking driving me insane.
I didn't see that part. Did he really?
Dude. Look. ActMan's whole fucking thing with this thing is I'm on Augie's stream like, hey, can I get receipts for this drama? Like, just give me the evidence. And he's like, no, I don't want to do that. I'm like, okay, fine, fair enough. If he's done with it, I'm not the police, right? Okay, cool. But I still got to research this shit. I still got to verify some of these claims, right?
Yeah.
The claim before at the time was this guy is copyright striking everybody's videos, right? 100% true. Even Quantum TV agrees that he's doing that. All right. What I'm trying to, it's the one thing everyone agrees on. He's striking videos.
Right.
What I wanted to find out is has anyone's video stayed down after the appeal? All right.
That's
look at
a fair
mischief.
question, but can I ask why that matters?
Because how dangerous is this guy? Is it like Susie Liu where every video is going down?
Yeah, but
or if you appeal, is the video going up?
If you are a serial, just because you fail at murder doesn't mean we should just continue to let you commit possible murders.
It doesn't make Quantum a better person, but it shows how dangerous and how corrupt this is.
Yeah, no, there's definitely.
All right, so it's a huge difference. It's very important to know.
That's fair. I guess it's fair-ish.
It doesn't make Quantum any better, but I just need to know if that's true, right? Because I need to know how serious is this,
At least
whatever,
in your
bro.
mind, like you know what? That's fair because we all do that. It's like, okay, if a bus flips over, that's terrible, but nobody died on the bus, so all right, what really happened? I get what you're saying.
It doesn't make quantum any better. I just wanted to know, right? I need to know
the impact.
Right? This is just research. This is just basic research.
And and the fact is, he was evasive.
So the first guy I look up is Mischief. It's the biggest name in this thing. Mischief went from 4,000 subscribers to 100,000 because of this, right? And I go, hey, Mischief, I want to verify, did you ever appeal Quantum when he struck down your video? He says no. He told me he filed a copyright claim, and Quantum says he filed a copyright claim. He even showed an email that he did, but Mischief just deleted his own video then. He never appealed it. Okay?
All right.
The next guy I see everybody tweeting about is this guy named Camelot. I have Camelot. Hey, did you ever appeal the strikes, the 2 claims Quantum made? And he goes, yeah, I appealed both of them and I won, and the video stayed up. I'm like, okay. So I'm like tweeting, does anyone have any idea who's appealed and it stayed down? And all of a sudden, ActMan gets so fucking mad at me. He's like, you clearly haven't done any research on this. I'm like, bro, I'm doing research right fucking now. Like, what are we doing? What are we yelling at me for? Right?
I guess the way he's taking it, and this is just speaks to the emotional train wreck this guy is, it's just the fact that you're questioning it, even though the way that you were doing it to him, it's got to look like, God, he really fucking he's looking for something here that I did wrong. He's taking it so fucking personally that he has.
It's just me getting the facts of the situation. I haven't even given an opinion
like
yet.
He was scared of something being found. It's like,
yeah. So
and then he gives it to Nick, right? The next fucking night he goes.
Well, no, he didn't give it to Nick. That's the thing. That's what's so fucking annoying. He goes on stream with like Keemstar and Mudahar and all these people, and he's like, see, Quantum's taken down videos, and he shows videos unavailable, or video taken down by Quantum TV. That does not show if somebody appealed and it stayed up. And he knows that. So I'm just fucking like, what the fuck? Why is this being set up? Like, why is it being claimed that Willie's just an idiot and Willie just has... It's like, dude, I have not seen this shit yet.
You're asking a different question, and for some reason he just doesn't.
I go ahead. The one dude he gives me that I do go and hit up is Mischief. Or no, not Mischief. Ninjician. I hit up Ninjician. He blocks me. And then he talks shit and tells me to go pound sand.
I love this.
So I have still not found this. I've been fucking so much shit talked about me like I'm an idiot. Right? Dude. Still don't have the receipt for this fucking thing. It's not until I'm with Xylee and we start looking through this shit, we find, what was his name? Joelstein or whatever his fucking name is.
Yeah, it was something like that. I remember.
And I hit him up on Instagram and he like fully verifies it for me. So I got one dude and then Ninjician, I guess, who I just have to think that's probably true.
So a couple
a couple people have stayed. A couple people have stayed down after appeal. Okay. Yes, one guy for sure.
So now, regardless of how much that does for impact for you, I think to most people, and this is just my opinion, I could be 100% wrong on this. I don't think that's going to be a huge swear for most people.
No, it's not a huge sway for me either. But the whole time, it just makes people go, "What are you guys hiding?" It just makes people come up with conspiracies.
I don't understand that.
It looks like you guys are trying to block information.
You think it's your reputation? You think just because?
I think no. Through all the videos I've done, whether it's defending Gabby Hanna
you're so fair.
Eugene Cooney, any of this shit, nobody has blocked information from me.
Oh, really?
Like this story. This is the first fucking time I've been like, what the fuck?
This whole fucking thing is weird, isn't it?
It's not until after he randomly decides to strike Tommy in the most hypocritical fucking move I've ever seen.
His video, Willie, you can make the argument his video was more about hypocrisy than it was about anything else, and then he goes and shows incredible.
And then he goes and becomes a hypocrite. Yeah,
it's more same thing.
So it's not until the only times he hits me up is the 2 times where public perception turns against him, and then he's like, "All right, now I'm willing to talk, Willie." Well, it's like, dude,
I was saying, I am willing to negotiate.
At what point am I like, dude, like fucking lick my balls on this shit? Like, what the fuck? You know, I have not given my opinion on ActMan at all. My only public opinion has just been fuck Quantum, and I've asked questions, and that's it. I've just verified things that are said, and somehow I got lumped into Willie's a bad guy.
You're so annoying.
It's fucking English 101. You could be a freshman year English class, and your teacher is going to tell you to verify sources.
Right.
And I've just been turned into like a fucking bad guy for it and gone and like slandered on stream for it like I'm a fucking idiot.
The funny thing
it's
to me
crazy.
is it's not even that it's the questions that are super relevant that people are having a problem with. It's something that you even admitting yourself is rather minor. It's for your own
it's not even that big of a deal.
It's
I just want to know when I make my video, what is the facts?
Right.
That's
Because it's the way you want to do your video.
It's not even that big of a fucking deal. So it's been absolutely infuriating to deal with. Like I've said the whole time I've ever done this shit, I've talked about way more serious issues where I got to verify sensitive information. Like with the John Swan stuff, I talked to the fucking kids, right? Nobody's blocked information like this. Nobody's been such a pain in the ass than with this shit.
This is one of the weirdest stories,
really
man.
frustrating
This
to deal
is
with.
such a weird fucking
And all he's done is made people question him and be mad at him. That's all he's done because he's not willing to just be fucking normal. If he just shut up and let me figure it out on my own, that would have been fine.
Yep.
Or if he just worked with me at the beginning, that would have been fine. But instead he did this fucking middle ground thing where he'd only kind of work with me once people got mad at him for being an asshole to me.
And I think it's just so appropriate that now his Spurg level is on almost the same fucking level as the person that he fucking was trying to get rid of from the begin with.
Dude, how genius was Tommy's fucking move, dude? It's like it was the best fucking gamble I've seen since Tana Mojo's shit. I just going to Tana Mojo's fucking event, dude.
This might be in all of his years of YouTube.
He says, go on.
In all of his years of YouTube, this might be the best he's ever handled a situation. He was persistent. He was a pain in the ass, but he was always fair. He made sure to fucking shit on Quantum and not let anybody tie anything to him. And then
watching the
he
shit
just
show
let it
that's
out there.
become the
Kept
ActMan is
going,
insane.
and
Everyone
boom!
is trying to
The guy
hide the dumbest
implodes.
shit.
No,
The guy
his biggest
implodes.
move for the people that don't get it, his biggest move was he just kept saying, this guy's got a massive ego. Look how he's talking to you. Look how he's talking to you. And I'm like, I know, but I need to work with him. It's whatever, he just got banned, all this shit. And he goes, nah, dude, this guy's not trustworthy, and I'm going to prove how big his ego is. He goes ahead, says he's not going to talk to him, says he's going to, just says, like, I could have an opinion, shit that is honestly fair, even though, like, maybe a little not cooperative, right? And sure enough, he goes, I'm just going to make a simple meme with J Station that he should be completely fair with. And he fucking blew it. And he fucking ActMan blew up. He proved Tommy right. Tommy said, I'm going to prove how big this guy's ego is. And he did it, dude. This guy literally did the most hypocritical shit ever.
Tommy can't even have imagined that this guy would turn out to be this bad.
No, not this bad, but he said, I'm going to push and see what his ego turns into.
It's a move, too, because you know why it's such a fucking ballsy move? Because he was losing. It was not going perfectly.
Yeah,
not everybody was on his side. It was like
Willie, did you see what what ActMan blamed his actions against Tommy on?
Dude, it's send me the podcast, but I haven't heard about it. And when I talked to him in private, he did say that to me, and I did tell him, like, I don't think that really matters at all.
Man, it does matter. If that's a new fucking side effect of COVID, the CDC needs to know right now, Willie. This is important information.
Oh my God, Dave, shut up.
Come on.
What blows my mind even more, guys, is I'm pretty sure I talked to him before he went on whatever show and blamed it on COVID. And so beforehand, I told him, I really don't think that matters at all. And he went, yeah. And then he just went and did it anyway. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
That's what he does. He'll acknowledge you right to your face.
If you're him, why wouldn't you just apologize and refocus? That's what he told me he's going to do. And he doesn't, he apologized to Tommy in DMs, which is something. That's not nothing. That's something.
It's something.
But he should have done it. He should have done it publicly, and he should just refocus the movement on how do we improve YouTube.
Right.
I think the whole goal of we need to ban Quantum, I think that's not even a good goal. I think the goal should be, how do we change the rules so stuff like this is better in the future, right?
The sad thing is he got YouTube's attention. That's the sad thing, Willie. This could have been the first step to all of that, too. He got their attention, and they handled it poorly. And now, nobody cares.
What this is proven? And Mudahar, I think, said it best. I don't know if he's talked about it in a video, but just behind the scenes, he's just like, when you try and start a movement like this where you're trying to get sweeping changes, you have to be as professional as possible. You cannot have jokes about, doxing YouTube employees. You cannot go ahead and be making, jokes of sticking a cucumber in this guy's fucking mouth. right? You got to come at it from the most professional corporate way possible. And that means you could still make an entertaining video. But if you want a movement, because the problem is everything else you do is just going to hurt it in the eyes of corporate, you know?
And you know what? The emphasis of that, if you didn't hear it in the chat, if you want to start a movement, and that's
if you want to start a movement, not make a video. I'm all about fucking telling this guy he sucks cock. Yeah. I'm all about that shit.
Because you don't want a movement about him sucking cock. You just want to tell him he sucks cock.
Yeah, if you want a movement, you got to be you got to be clean, man. You got to have a squeaky, clean way of going about it.
It's called work smarter and not harder.
Your soapbox better be
work
nice
smarter and not harder.
Because then otherwise, the instant you go ahead and you make a doxing YouTube employees joke, even though I think you should be able to make that joke, you give them a way out. You know, why would you want to give YouTube a way out?
Yep. You can't give them so many things to point to. And you know what? We made this argument in the past when in regards to Keemstar. People have talked about this. How much will the past fucking affect them in the future? How much will our fucking past affect us in the future? Doesn't matter. You have things on your record that will live fucking forever. It doesn't have to be a police station anymore. Yeah. This is your fucking, you're gambling with your currency. Your currency and your reputation.
I don't even think, I don't know necessarily, because I haven't seen it yet, that you need to have a squeaky clean record, but your movement has to be clean at the very least.
If you want to start,
that's what I've learned from this.
Absolutely.
If you want to start a movement where there's going to be sweeping changes, specifically that, when I make my video, I'm completely going to make fun of this guy. I'm not starting the fucking movement, right?
Yeah, the funny thing is you can point out YouTube's hypocrisy without having the movement become a movement. You know what I mean? You can do it without having it become a thing, but he chose that path.
He chose that path. Yes, exactly. Because then if YouTube takes away monetization and they don't have that excuse, well, then it's not even, there's nothing to argue about. And then all these journalists and all these big companies would be a lot less shy to jump in the ring.
100%.
You know, because all they got to,
I say fuck them. I ain't covering it until Willie Mac's video, so it might be in like 2 weeks because we know Willie Mac.
What's your
I got all sorts of shit on Quantum that is fucking nuts now, dude. It's fucking hilarious.
Really?
All sorts of new shit on that guy. Not necessarily new, but like more confirmed shit.
Hey guys, I'm gonna jump out of here because I'm getting ready to go live. But y'all have a great stream.
Love
y'all. Peace out.
Take care. Joining us, the one, the only Xylee. She's about to be real over on her channel. Right, fucking. You see what I did there? That's called.
Xylee's great.
She is great.
She is.
I'm a huge fan of Xylee. She's just.
I'm sorry, Willie.
She handles everything well. She comes at it from like the adult perspective. She's kind of a shitlord in a way too. It's great.
Yeah. I love having her here. I'm really glad that she's taken to become a mush buff, man. We've had a lot of fun with her. And she was great tonight too. Go check her out when I'm done.
Yeah.
Of course. Not until I'm done.
But I don't know, man. I think we've learned a lot for when the next movement starts, because YouTube all the time, probably once a year, bans somebody for not really a good reason. And I think this is a good case we could really learn from. You know?
Yeah.
Not that they banned ActMan, but they took away his monetization. Same sort of thing in my book.
Which is arguably kind of worse.
Well, you know, hopefully
it's not worse, but it's a smidge less bad.
I think you're
hoping
for too much there.
Thing they could do.
You're hoping for too much there, I think, Willie. No one's going to learn a lesson on that scale. However, if they want to learn a lesson, this is the perfect, maybe the most perfect guideline of how not to handle any type of drama ever. I mean, this has never been spelled out so perfectly. And Tommy and you really deserve all the credit for it. I got to be 100% honest. You guys,
I didn't do anything.
You asked, and that's why it was brilliant.
Question.
That's all you
crazy.
did. That's the brilliant thing, Willie, because that's literally all you did. Because you literally did nothing else but what you're saying you did. You did evereverying.
I have never had anybody be more fucking hostile towards me when just asking questions. And I was sitting there, and as he's being a smartass with me, this is what he should have done to YouTube. As he's being a smartass with me, I'm just going, you know what? I'm going to be as polite as possible so he looks as bad as possible. That's all I was thinking.
Like a body to hide or something.
And you weren't even like antagonistic with the questions, at least once publicly, because like, you know, you have like those douchebags that like are very aggressive and they're just like, oh, I'm just asking questions. No, you were being reasonable.
I literally was like, I'm going to be as reasonable as possible so he just looks like an asshole because I'm so annoyed with this.
I had such a headache trying to explain to people, like, dude isn't defending Quantum.
Dude, yeah, I don't know, like, Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know where it could have been interpreted anywhere that I was going to defend Quantum, you know?
I don't know. He did. I mean, he did that. I think I just banned somebody.
Dude, that's the thing. It just made people go, what are you fucking hiding? You know, he's the reason there's any fucking dissent in the ranks is because of that shit, the way he went about that shit.
Absolutely. Because if you just ask your questions and Tommy just puts out his videos and he does nothing to respond, it's really important to remember this. Tommy just made a fucking opinion about who he thinks the guy is. This guy did not have to prove him right. He didn't have to do it.
He should have just fucking ignored that.
I'm gonna use a little bit of an extreme example here, but this is like the equivalent of going, I know this guy is a fucking murderer. I know he hasn't murdered anyone yet, but y'all gotta trust me on this. This dude is gonna murder somebody. And this guy's like holding machetes all kinds of haphazardly, going, no, I'll never murder anybody in my whole fucking life. And Tommy's like, guys, I'm worried here. This guy's gonna murder somebody. And then out of nowhere, he murders somebody.
Oh my god. Nick made a tweet. Nick made a tweet. Tommy can call someone a pedophile on the streets, and then 5 years later, they're revealed to be a pedophile.
Dude, I was talking with Nick, and as ActMan was doing all this shit, and I'm just like, I was just so fucking annoyed. And he goes, "How does Tommy do it?" And he goes, "Tommy just willed this into existence." He's like, "I will not believe it."
Through sheer anger and fucking
Tommy
spite.
willed it into existence.
I asked Nick for an optics check because I had my gut reaction to like the ActMan thing. Like it's like, you know what? I'm gonna reach out to someone. Maybe he has a different perspective on this. Maybe he can be more rational than I am, right? He's like, nope, you're in the right on this. He's acting like a complete idiot. I was like,
I also find annoying when I talk to him in private, when I talk to him. Did I talk to him in private twice? No, once on stream, I guess it was also on stream, and once in private. I feel like both times he's just saying, I just feel like he's saying stuff to me that I want to hear. Yeah. And I want to see those changes implemented. I'm totally cool with him being offline for a couple days to cool off, right? Because the idea that he's going to come out of that situation, he's all mad, and then instantly apologize, that's not realistic. People don't do that for the most part, right? So I'm hoping in 3-4 days pass, he thinks about it, he recalibrates, and then he has a goal for the movement. What does YouTube need to change? The number one thing they should change is when somebody files false copyright strikes over and over again, it comes back negative or it gets overturned, that shit should fall back on the guy who filed the strike.
Yes.
He could get a strike back.
And
that's a change that needs to be implemented.
Or, I mean, hell, if you want to mince, and because they'll never do something quite that extreme of banning the person who tries to get someone else banned, but how about a point system? How about a fucking 3 strikes? How about something that adds up to your license being revoked?
Yeah.
Something.
How about instead of just losing monetization, they give you a strike if you do something like that? Because how else are you supposed to learn? He just loses monetization. Yeah. It's fucking ridiculous.
And Augie showed this on his first stream covering Quantum. When Quantum, because he tried to take down one of ActMan's videos and it failed, right? And so Quantum's in the DMs with like the YouTube representative, like that's like supposed to like help you out with like the filing process, and he was talking to them like they knew the drama. And so like this poor employee is just trying to do their job, and he's like, "Oh, can you explain to me what ActMan did that didn't violate my copyright?"
That's pretty good. I want you to cite his video. You tell me what you talk about. You do it now. Like, what the
If there's ever a world where you're like talking to a YouTube employee and they're like, all right, what's the problem here? And you send them a fucking YouTube video, they're gonna be like, okay, like, what the fuck? Like, oh, this is the exposed video I made on this guy. I just don't think there's a world where that guy who's getting paid like $10 an hour, $15 an hour is gonna fucking look at that and take that all that seriously.
That's right. No, he's not.
Like, what needs to be done is just, instead of focusing on getting rid of Quantum, because there's always going to be a shitter like Quantum, there's a million other Quantums out there. Onision does the same fucking shit where he strikes videos if you make it on him. Yeah. He claims videos if you make it on him. Some of them go down, even after appeal. Most of the time you win the appeal, but some of them go down, just like fucking Quantum.
Your point can't be to take somebody down. Your point has to remain, and this is the whole point of what I think, like in a way, what Willie was saying earlier. Your point has to remain pure. It had just make it about the fucking facts.
Make it about the rule you want to change.
I mean,
what is the thing you want to change? That's way more easy for YouTube to grasp than you sending screenshots from Discord about quantum.
Right. I mean, you even got away with fucking showing their hypocrisy with they're in their own ranks. And yes, it was controversial. And yes, it's the reason why you got into monetization. But you got it talked about. You got people having the conversation.
Well, that's the thing, Dave. We don't know if it's about that.
Well, no, now it doesn't matter.
Because he made the fucking tweet. We would never know because he made that fucking tweet. If he never makes the tweet and then that also happens, then we know for a fact.
That's
because
true.
He should have been hammering the fact that this dude went off platform to harass family members like that. Like Tommy said himself, it's a form of intimidation to try and silence him.
Absolutely,
he should have been focusing on those he should have been focusing hard on those damning issues, and he didn't.
But what happened?
The plot got lost so hard, dude.
Yeah, and you know why? What was the word that was so fucking punched upon by Tommy? Ego. And that's all this was about, because he couldn't look past himself and the criticisms against him to make it about what he said he cared about.
I'm with Muda hard now. At the instant somebody gets a movement going against YouTube, instead of going and voicing your frustrations on Twitter, you give your account to Muda. You give it to a third fucking party that's not emotionally invested.
Yeah.
It'll turn out a lot better for you. Like, from what I hear, from what I just fucking hear behind the scenes in general, if he just went and started acting normal right away on Twitter instead of, going so AWOL with all the LGBT stuff, there's a good chance he'd have his monetization back by the end of the month. But now it's like, who the fuck knows? He might have to wait a fucking year. He might have to wait 2 years.
He may not get it.
You never know.
I
think at some point he'll get it, but they're gonna make him fucking feel real bad about it for a long time.
And even when he does get it, no one's gonna fucking care. No, it's going to be a blip on the fucking radar because it's going to be about all the things that he's done. Hell, it might even start the controversy up again.
You got to start off you got to handle this shit when it hits the fan. Like, you got to be in Zen mode.
Yeah.
You just got to be incredibly focused, right?
And this is the clearest example of that I think we've ever seen. So there's no excuses now in the future, kids.
And
you get into some shit, you know what to do. You've seen it. Here it is.
The other thing I want to talk about is obviously Quantum is homophobic, but what I think is a lot tougher argument to make is to say since Quantum exists on YouTube, that means YouTube's homophobic. Or YouTube, instead it makes YouTube look homophobic. I don't even think that's fair to say to YouTube.
No,
it's not even a fair statement.
That's crazy. Because
it's completely absurd.
Well, just because there's so much more terrible fucking things on this platform.
There's so many people on fucking YouTube in so many videos, dude.
I'm sure there's a video of somebody dead right now on YouTube somewhere. Something they haven't caught, something somewhere. Even if it's only there for another 5 seconds. Does that mean they're pro-murder? Makes no sense.
Right, there was a video of a dude murdering a cat.
Right, so they're pro cat murder, obviously. They're good with it. Fuck PETA,
dude. Ben Shapiro isn't pro gay marriage. Ben Shapiro's against that. Does that mean all of YouTube's homophobic because Ben Shapiro exists on it? No, they're a platform hosting a person who has a bad opinion.
This isn't MSNBC. This isn't Fox News.
They aren't the publisher. They're a platform for people to be on, and some people have fucking shitty opinions on
openly to create their own, what is it called? Channels. It's their own identity. Each individual.
It's their own opinions.
Fucking
because Alex Jones, I'm sorry, Riveter, I just want to make this point real quick. Because Alex Jones is off the platform, does that mean Joe Rogan's channel needs to be taken down? Every podcast ever who's had him on, does this mean Count Dankula needs to be off the platform as well?
Obviously.
Jesus. Like Nick said, like he got line maker on ban evasion, right? When it's a certain person, like ban evasion,
ban evasion is a shit fucking rule, and that is a terrible excuse to defend it. Because if somebody makes a new YouTube account after they were banned for being a pedophile, they're still a pedophile. They could still ban them. It's just a dumb fucking thing. Ban evading is the dumbest rule in defense ever of ban evasion. Is like, well, what happens when the pedophiles come back? It's like, well, you ban them again. They're still a pedophile.
No,
like,
I was
it's
just
stupid.
Don't worry, Nerdy. Don't try to defend your point. It was already bad. Willie already got you. Riveter, and you deserve it for not letting poor Riveter speak. Let the old man talk.
Speak.
Listen, Riveter doesn't have much time left. Probably he's old as fuck. Every time they interrupt him, I'm just saying. I'm looking out for my friend. I want him to be for something. You never. Well, he's as big as an ox.
That's for damn true. So I was watching this live stream of Rich last night when he was on his tirade. That's Review Tech for those in the crowd. And his video was struck down because he had shown a clip of, I guess, the ActMan's video that was taken down or whatever, right? So my question is this, because then he goes on this tirade about because the reason they struck it down was said for nudity or whatever, right? Then he starts attacking. There's a video out here on YouTube where
because what he sent me it was for harassment and cyberbullying.
He
showed me the strike.
Philly D presented it as unwanted sexual nudity or some shit.
I have his strike though. I posted it to Twitter.
Yeah, well, I know what he showed. Okay. What I'm saying is in the stream, he said it was taken down for that.
Right. That has been the narrative, to be fair. Yes.
Okay. So I don't know if this was something that he got information or clarification on later. Maybe so. But if you go and you listen to his stream, he was going on about how there's this video on YouTube where there is a gay man that has another gay man there with him, and they're shoving different objects up the first man's rectum.
Yeah, that was a classic. Classic video.
Okay, and
what
he's
type
saying,
of vids are you watching, Rivy? Jesus.
Well, no, his point was if they allow this type of content on here, then what is the problem with there being a pickle? Because that's what it seems to be coming back. So my question is this: is by pointing out these, and that's not the worst video by the way that's on YouTube that has been allowed to stay up. So is that a fair thing to go after those videos?
I just want to punch you for some reason. I don't
even think it has anything to do with the fucking pickle. Right? I know that's the excuse they give. I don't think anybody actually believes it has anything to do with sexual whatever, right? Like they use that's the default strike they use when it's like etc. If like they have all these policies you violate, they could give you like 8 different ones. If it's sex and nudity, it's like etc.
This is what I think happened. They wanted to take the video down because of the shit that he fucking pulled with the goddamn showing of the
I think it's that too.
So they simply said to the policy department, find me anything. I don't care how loose it is. Find me something. They saw the stupid pickle thing and said close enough, and that's how it happened.
I 100% agree. And if he doesn't make the joke on Twitter, even though he should be able to make it, we can actually narrow it down to that, and YouTube's under more pressure.
Absolutely. You're right. You're fucking right.
And the other thing, if YouTube just came out, this is what's also frustrating. YouTube does not communicate well. If YouTube just came out and they said, you cannot attack our employees, you can say you have a problem with YouTube and you have a problem with the CEO. Our employees are off limit. That is fair. At least that's a thing.
Absolutely.
But they don't make it clear. That's nowhere available. No. We can't learn from that shit.
No, they don't.
Right. I mean, especially when they make when controversial changes to the platform are made, they often get other employees that aren't Susan to do the videos. So all eyes, whether it's intentional or not, are on that employee. So when people make videos on the policy changes, they're going to be like, this dude looks like X, Y, and Z. They're going to start making fun of him.
Well, and the real fucked up thing now is just how buried all the stuff that we're talking about now, all that important crap is so buried because everything else is at the front of this. It's great what Tommy did because it showed what this guy is, but now that's the narrative. When are we going to get back to what that fucking important shit? We probably won't. At least not because of anything ActMan does.
We can, but the problem is there's going to be dissent in the commentary community towards him, period. And that's a really, even though the community isn't running around with million sub channels anymore, it's still really important when it comes to to these stories.
You don't want
and
your
getting that
audience
shit.
divided on a topic like this. You want them all facing the right direction, and especially when it's an easy one to get behind.
Like I said, I still think he can somewhat salvage it to make it so it's at least a landmark on YouTube that people remember. I think he should aim for what YouTube policies to change instead of being caught up on quantum.
I think how about just not being caught up on himself?
And not get he has to get over himself.
Gotta get over it. And he might not be capable of that, Willie.
And he, in private, it seems like it's possible. He has to show it to me at this point, I'm sick of having to, he was great talking to in private. He was wonderful, but at the same time, you
gotta feel it's condescending now. Now you can look back and it was all condescending horse shit. Hey,
I don't know. I don't know if it is.
Well, no, I'm saying no one would judge you if you did come to that conclusion based on.
I just can't take it I can't take it as like,
he
gets it now, guys. Because again, it's just like you should have gotten this ages ago, dude. Like,
absolutely. Mari, I know she's been waiting patiently, and she is a big fan. I want to give her a little bit of chance to speak to Willie Mack or anybody else that she has a question for. Now's your opportunity, Mari. Don't fuck it.
I'm not gonna fuck it, I promise.
All right.
I just wanted to say, like, I've been watching everything going down with this quantum TV ActMan shit, and it's just like what the fuck are we? What timeline are we in again? Because I want out of this timeline. We go back to the timeline where nobody gave a shit about some Bergie fucking spineless fuck not handling criticism, please.
I don't know.
Like, are you talking about in terms of quantum?
I'm talking about both Quantum and ActMan in regards to this. They're both not handling criticism of the shit.
You're talking to a guy whose entire channel is about talking about spurty fuck. So I love that shit. That's my go-to. I love talking about people that freak the fuck out for no reason.
There's a whole niche for this.
Yeah, but you don't sit there and say he photoshopped a pickle in my mouth. He photoshopped a pickle in my mouth.
Yeah, no. Quantum's being a complete puss about it. And honestly, do you know what's annoying? Is a huge thing with Quantum that he has going in his Discord when I was in there was him saying that his channel, he appealed his channel ban and he got it reinstated, so he's not ban evading. But when I went to him and I'm having to talk to him through his friend, and then his friend is screenshotting Quantum's replies back to send it to me instead of Quantum just talk to me, which was really fucking annoying. But I was going like, hey, do you have the email that exists in this post? Because you posted to Facebook that you had an email saying that your channel was reinstated, because that would get rid of the ban evading narrative. All right. And he goes ahead and he's like, blah, blah, blah. ActMan's making up shit about me, da, 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 da. And I go, okay, but do you have the post? And he's like, my Facebook's been hacked, going on and on and on. And I'm like, it's an email. It's not about your Facebook. It's a fucking email, right? Do you have the email? And he just goes,
do you remember?
He goes, this guy's asking too many questions. And then they get kicked out of the server. It's like, what? What?
Yeah. Willie, do you remember when I was first bringing you the story to you and Dave, that like a story that Quantum was running with was that, guys, those homophobic tweets were from my account being hacked, and I didn't get it back till literally I deleted my account.
Because of COVID. It was because of COVID.
Yeah, it was because of COVID.
It's all because of
Delete
COVID.
your
The
account
COVID bit.
if you don't have access to your account.
I'm acting like a spurg because of COVID. I'm sorry.
COVID.
My mom, my aunt, and my uncle, all three had COVID. Neither of them were copyright striking people. Because
The most annoying part about Quantum is so many of his posts are just like, you know what? Nobody wants to reach out for my side of the story because there's no real journalism left. Nobody cares. I've been trying to reach out to him for a week. The one time I kind of get to talk to him, I have to talk to him through my through his friend. He doesn't give me a fucking answer. And then I get banned. I'm like, okay, dude, like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck, dude?
That's what happened to Riveter. He asked too many questions.
Yep.
Dude, I feel like I'm talking to fucking both sides is just people blocking information. It was brutal. It's brutal. I've never had a more annoying time investigating something.
This has been a very annoying story, has it not?
Dude, I was just looking to make a video being like quantum sucks, but of course, because I take the shit seriously, I go to verify, and it just unfolds into a shit show.
I just like how this started off with Quantum throwing a hissy fit over criticism for a shoddy fucking Elden
Ring review. It starts off from the dumbest angle, and then on the other side of it, ActMan blows up his whole fucking thing and turns into a giant hypocrite overnight over the dumbest J station. It's like the dumbest shit in both sides.
Over J station,
like it's blown it. He's blown it. I don't think he's blown it. He could fix this to a degree, at least in the public eye. I think. In terms of getting YouTube to actually give him legitimate change, I think he's blown it at this point.
Well, I'll tell you, he won't be able to for the next week because, try getting Tommy to shut up about this one.
Well, no, you can't get Tommy to show up. That's fine. But if he just apologized and then he refocuses back to YouTube, everyone can agree with that.
Hopefully, but I think you gotta let Tommy fucking make his jokes.
Yeah, I told him, dude. I told him in private, you gotta take your lumps for this shit.
You have to.
Shut the fuck up. Take your lumps.
You gotta.
That's what I told him.
And don't show up to joke about him. One sec, Mari. Riveter, hey, I'm open guy, and I support people being able to stick things up their butt. Nixie, me too, Riv. I support it if you want to put things up your butt. How do we feel about? Are we pro up things butts?
As long as it, no, wait a minute.
Well,
I'm gonna
no, Mari, can't back up now.
I'll shove something up my butt right now.
Do it.
As long as it doesn't wind up
Let me get a pickle.
the ER, but I actually do kind of find it funny when people on TikTok, like nurses especially, they'll go on TikTok and they'll tell stories about like the most random fucking shit that they see come in the ER. They had a story of a 15-year-old kid coming in there because he shoved a carrot up his ass.
Nice.
And
That's ambitious.
Better than shoving a carrot up your dick.
Right. Oh, yeah. You don't want to shove anything up a dick hole. That's never good. Sounding is not your friend. By the way, Chad, here's your Copia question of the day. What's the weirdest thing you've ever had in your anus? Go ahead and answer it either in the live or in the goddamn comment section below if you're watching this on demand. Bet you didn't see that question coming. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Yeah, does anyone else have questions? Is Willie not seen as a fucking spurg anymore? Because there was a solid minute where I'm like, what is the propaganda against me? Like Augie's tweet about made me go into an ActMan blind rage where he goes, Willie's been shown receipts on this 3 or 4 times at this point. I don't understand why he keeps asking the same question. It's like, motherfucker, nobody's answering my question.
You were right.
It's just like,
oh my God, Willie.
You're exonerated, pal.
Because I was trying to explain your process to people, I had people side-eyeing me.
Nixon's got a Buzz Lightyear sword.
You should have seen the half-baked server like the other night after the J Station clip dropped to start off Tommy's show. People are sitting there, they're like, Tommy's sucking off Quantum and all this shit. I'm just like, the fuck is wrong with you people? He doesn't like either fucking idiot.
You guys ever been sorry about asking a question?
No. I understand. I have complete understanding and sympathy if the fans go ahead and they interpret something in a way because they're viewing it from a casual entertainment perspective. I understand that. Okay, that does not bother me. In fact, when other creators go ahead and they do that same thing, to a degree, I get it. But if the people actually following this story that have known me for fucking years being confused about this, that was getting so annoying. That was getting so fucking annoying for me. I think I literally messaged Dave like in a blind rage, like, I'm not explaining myself anymore. Fucking everyone can lick my balls. I was so fucking done.
That's a king response, right?
I don't think I've ever gotten ratioed that hard. It was like my comment just being like, I'm researching a topic. I don't really understand why you're mad at me for that. And then his reply to me was like, are you on drugs? I got like, he has like 1,000 likes on my 100 like comment. I got ratioed into the fucking dirt.
You did, and it didn't matter.
Right
it turned out not to fucking matter. Yeah, and the fun, you were definitely exasperated. I will say,
like, this is psycho. I've never fucking faced this. Through all the tea drama, everything, I've never faced this before.
I didn't even see it from that perspective, too. You know what I mean? That was the fucking.
I'm just sitting here thinking, like, all the sensitive stories I've talked about, where it's like, there's been rape and fucking child shit and all that, like all these fucking anorexia, all this like intense shit. No, it's this dumbass fucking story.
Yeah.
Just,
isn't that great?
I get fucking killed. It makes no sense.
It's amazing.
This is the frustrating thing about this too, because the reason, it was entertaining to me because it was a situation where essentially people found a new lolcow to make videos on.
Now
and
we got
would
two.
always, yeah, now we have two. And like he would always respond. It was a riot because the only like quote unquote pedophilia crap was him trying to cite that because Rich from ReviewTech USA is a fan of Vosh, that somehow makes him a pedophile. So it was so easy to laugh at. And now we have this whole situation where, like, the guy who, like, at first was the hero in this situation because like he shouted out Mischief. He's the reason why Mischief is now going to be able to do this full time. And now he's just
Mischief
looked
has
at
to
as
fucking
complete
learn to be
loser.
normal. Mischief needs to get 2 or 3 years older, and then I got faith in him. You know, the shit he's writing on Twitter is just completely missing the goddamn point.
Oh, I like.
He used the
I
top.
read
Go on.
I read it in his tone of voice too, and it makes it funnier.
Dude, he views Tommy pushing ActMan's ego as like, oh, well, it's Tommy's fault that ActMan did it because he baited it out of him. I'm like, dude, that's the point. To
What?
show that could happen. That's the fucking point, you idiot. Like, realize this. Tommy pulled a fucking genius move. It's a commentary classic. I told ActMan that, and ActMan even, like, messaged Tommy, I think, being like, hey, you got me good.
Yeah.
You know, like, everyone recognizes that shit besides Mischief. Mischief is just like, it's somehow Tommy's fault that this happened.
It's well, yeah, but here's the thing. That's
Dude,
not
that's
a negative
ridiculous.
thing. Tommy had he not only set the trap, Willie, he did it with giant fucking lights of what not to do. All
If
you
one of-
had to do was not do that
Yes,
thing.
yes. If one of the questions is, should a YouTuber who's bigger than another be able to go to YouTube showing a bunch of screenshots of you saying bad stuff in Discord to try and get you banned? I think that's a dangerous precedent to set. With this guy, he's actually homophobic, so whatever. But if somebody could do that to me or Augie when we're making jokes or whatever in private, and then if they do that same thing, I wouldn't want to be banned. I don't like the precedent that sets.
Sure.
So the whole thing was like, ActMan won't because he's just a good guy. Tommy proved that could happen.
Yes, easily,
So
more
it's a
easily than
fucking
anyone thought
genius
possible.
move.
Yeah,
It was a great move from Tommy.
yeah, because
know, and
almost
Mischief
anybody
just
can be
completely-
flipped, but that
Yeah.
easily. Oh,
Mischief completely missing that point is like, dude, you need to fucking realize what's going on here. Like, you're the only guy in the crowd that doesn't get it. You know,
and
I
hopefully
can't
life
even
experience will do that.
even bother to explain it to him because it's so obvious.
And hopefully life
Yeah.
experience will do that.
And you can't change his opinion either from it.
He's
No, I don't
young.
even care to. He'll figure it out when people make videos on this or not.
I think the important takeaway from all this is that Willie Mack got banned out of Quantum's Discord server, and I'm still there.
How the fuck are you still there, bro?
And
How the fuck are you still there? It's making me so
And
mad.
he got blocked by the guy who's in charge of that server too.
That's pretty good.
Dude, they were writing posts in there like he's Riveter's messaging them like, hey, Willie's trying to talk to you, and they're like, we're aware of Willie's presence. That's why we're making the news thing as unbiased as possible. I'm like, talk to me. What do you mean you're aware of my presence? I want to like throw my microphone at the wall. It's been fucking nobody's cooperated with me. It's been infuriating. Nobody cooperates with me until shit hits the fan.
So
And it's like they have to. It's
so
not
you're-
until they have to.
So what you're saying is,
You would think I must just smell like shit. Or
so what you're
something.
saying
Like, what
is
the
you're
fuck?
not appreciative of the fact that they acknowledge your presence. I mean, come on, man. They were
Dude,
aware
how
of it.
Selfish of you,
are
Willie.
PewDiePie? How can I reach out to PewDiePie, Logan Paul, and Critical and get more straight up answers on drama?
Because motherfuckers don't know.
Than these guys.
Because
It's
motherfuckers
fucking nuts.
don't know
It-
not
it's
to fuck around with the Willie.
It's because, Willie, you're dealing with the Quantum TV, okay? The guy who refers to himself in third person all the time. You're dealing with the genius behind TV settings, okay?
who
You're
apparently
dealing with
is
the
so
big leagues.
crazy he can turn other people crazy.
Dude, Quantum's like head post in that thing is let me send you this fucking image. This is so absurd. I had
How
Riveter send
nuts
me this
he
shit.
is. He can make you nuts.
Have you guys seen like that weird Christian message he was messaging out?
Yes.
No. Before you get on
special.
that, here, look at this. This is like his top post and his thing. I'm sending it to Nerdy John right now. Is him being like, somebody made a thumbnail of him kissing another man, like it's just a really shitty like thumbnail, and he's like, "This is disgusting. These guys are making their sexual fantasies about me in their thumbnail. I am not gay. I will never be."
That guy is definitely gonna suck a dick.
Look at
one
this.
day.
He's like, "I will never be gay. Guess this is how LGBTs treat straight people now." It's like, dude, I don't even know if J-Mac's gay. Like, they're just making fun of you because you're a homophobe.
That is. Oh, that's hot.
Oh my god, you know how like people try to say that like Tommy's whole thing is like the gays are trying to corrupt our youth? That's what Quantum legitimately thinks.
Yeah, he does think that.
They put stuff in the water. The frog's gay.
Frogs are gay.
Here's the thing. That shit, as awful as it is, it's not fucking. It doesn't count as hate speech. You're a fucking homophobe for it, but it's not hate speech.
What you do is you point it out and you laugh at it. That's what you do.
You know what you do? Bully these people for this shit.
Yes.
That's exactly it. You bully them and you turn them into a lol cow. We all get to make money and they get to sit there. Nerdy John, you're dead on. You're dead on with this shit.
You can't freak out. It's 144 views.
I know.
Jesus.
Well, here's the.
I will point this out. I will point this out. Oh, sorry, Mari. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was saying 144 views. That's about what the temperature is where I'm at right now.
Hi-oh.
Dude, the inside of my apartment is fucking boiling.
Dude, and I will always be kind of ticked off by this. When Quantum made his very first video on the drama, he had Tipster's thumbnail in there and he had my thumbnail in it. He showed Tipster's views. He didn't show my views. You want to know why?
Because they were like non-existent.
It had 20 views at the time.
I was gonna say, was it 12?
No, it was actually doing. Yeah, it was doing good for me at the time with 20 views.
Spurgs be Spurg, and he created a 1,000 sub channel in the form of Nerdy John. He gave you a 1,000 sub career. Congratulations. All right. Do we have anything else that we want to pile on here? Because it feels like we've said just about all there is to say. We've done an hour and a half tonight, and the fact that Willie Mack was so goddamn late did not even affect
I apologize. I haven't been home, and then I got invested and all that shit.
I'm only slightly busting your balls, dude, at all there, man. It's no big deal. You showed up at all, and that's what I appreciate. And you know the really cool thing is, John was ready, Riveter was ready, everybody was ready. They were in here rocking it. We had a whole bunch of people chilling out. It was great. Fucking Xylee was a fantastic fucking person today. It was great. I mean, I'm so appreciative of all you guys.
Xylee's super sharp, and she handles all of this stuff with such maturity. She's like, she's great. She's a great person to have in the community. And she's also like, I hate to say it, we kind of need a mom in the community a little bit.
Yeah.
We've needed one for fucking years. It's nice to have Xylee.
One who'll slap you too, you know? That's what I like.
Yeah, one that'll beat the shit, like throw her slipper at you if you're being fucking annoying.
Really heavy slippers, I do, you know?
Yeah.
Great. All right, Mari. Go ahead, Mari. Last words.
I was going to sit there and ask, because I talked with you about this, Dave. I was going to see, Willie, would you be cool with following me on Twitter?
Mari, I told you I'd handle it. I told you I'd handle it. You don't do it right out there. You never ask. He's cool enough where he'll say yes.
All right, I do want to say, since Mari is the first one to do this on this show, I'll do it. Everyone else, you're too late now.
Nobody else gets to ask. Mari, I told you I'd handle it. I can't do fucking shit. But you know what? It worked for you. Congratulations. Gee, women.
Nobody else does. Everybody else comes on. I'm telling them no now.
Women.
To be fair to Mari, it wasn't as pathetic as the people who were trying to who were in that Tipster versus the world thing, and all of them were pretty much like, "Hey, can I know I talk crap about you, Tipster, but can I get that follow back, pretty please?"
Dang, what the fuck?
That's pretty good. All right, Mari, you're getting your follow. You have a good night. You just made her fucking millennium, Willie. You have no idea. She was like,
"Does YouTube have a hosting feature yet?"
I don't know.
Do you know what sucks ass about this fucking website. How good would it be for all of these live streams if we could then host and send some people over to Xylee? Xylee could send it to Tommy. Tommy could send it to Augie. Augie could send it to Tommy. It would be fucking help the community
They're supposed to front that up, I thought.
Yeah, it would work more here than it did over on fucking Twitch, you know, because raids are dead on Twitch.
Here's the weird thing about it though. Like Dave can redirect, like he can go into the settings and it's called redirect. You can redirect people to someone's channel.
Oh, really?
But the thing is, if a person doesn't have the option enabled to let you do raids, you can't. There's nothing you can do.
Does anyone know about this shit though?
I've just heard this first time I've ever heard it.
No, I saw that I had the feature, and I was going to I know I don't really have any numbers, but I was going to redirect people to when you stream, or at least to your channel, right? But because you don't have the feature enabled, Dave, it won't let me do it for you.
Oh, so I don't have it enabled myself.
Does it send people over like a raid when the stream ends? How's it work?
So what you have to do is it's like when you manually add people as a mod when you're in studios. You have to go into your settings and you have to say, yes, I will allow this person.
Right. But what's it look like when you send the people over if they both have it enabled?
Jesus.
What's it look like?
Right. I don't know because I've never seen it. But all we know
How
is
do I
that
turn the setting on? Fuck. Who are you, ActMan?
Yeah, it is the fucking ActMan, me, bro. We don't fucking Quantum TV, me.
Good God. What? How do I tell me after how I turn it on?
Yeah, no. So the live streamers and drama need to come together and figure this out because this would be good for everybody.
Okay.
God damn it, Nerdy John. All right. Let's get out of here. Nerdy, you stick around. Peepaw there, Riveter. You got anything final you want to say? Oh, Willie Mac's leaving. I don't even get to toss it to him. Tell him where to find you, Willie Mac.
Willie Mac Show. I got it at my Quantum / ActMan video coming out this week. Hopefully, I was gonna aim for Thursday. I think I'm gonna push it to Friday just because that's a better day.
Yeah, get it right.
And just so I could gather my thoughts a little bit more, because every time I'm trying to, like, even Rich, dude, I go to talk to Rich. I'm supposed to talk to him yesterday. He tells me, this guy goes, like, okay, sorry, when do you want to talk? And I'm like, can you do in an hour? And he goes, oh, sorry, I forgot about this again. Does tomorrow work? And I'm like, yeah, tomorrow works. Doesn't talk to me all fucking day. I'm like, everybody is an obstacle in this whole thing. It's been infuriating.
I love it. At least it's consistent.
Yeah. All right. No, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Willie Mac Show on YouTube. Watch my new video. It'll be good.
It's gonna be fire. Have a good night, Willie.
Take care,
everybody. All right, Rivy. Final word to you, Dick.
Okay, first off, you guys can catch me every Sunday over at the Clear as Mud podcast with my co-host Banana, and we have this regular guy that seems to start popping in more and more, Nerdy John. But anyway, I was just going to tell Willie, but he cut out, was if he'll hang around, I'll tell him how to become a true peepaw, and then people won't kick you out of Discord. And on that note, I'm here. Thanks, Dave.
What? What's going on, huh? Oh, were you talking? Oh, I'm sorry. I fell asleep. Oh, he left. He left. Can you believe he left, Nerdy John? All right. Nerdy John, well, you get the last one there. Tell him where to find you. We're getting out of here.
Okay, guys, you can find me nerdyjohn.to2 on YouTube. We're reviving Nerdy Live, and honestly, I'm really excited for it. So go check it out. Go subscribe.
Go subscribe. And Xylee should be live now or will be live soon. Go check her out because she's awesome. I appreciate everybody for being here on another fantastic motherfucking Willie Mac Wednesday. Even though it didn't look like it was going to be a Willie Mac Wednesday, it turned out to be a fantastic Willie Mac Wednesday. And you guys are a big reason because of it. So thank you so much. Have yourselves a fantastic rest of your night. I will be live over on Twitch after this doing my gaming thing, I think. And we'll have a good merry time over there and get all types of fucked up for your enjoyment. Till then, keep it copious. Remember, as always, if you don't have talent, have talented friends. RealTalk, take us home.
Hip hop, I'm real talk.
Yeah. Good look, Jay Philly.
Yeah.
Welcome to the new world. You dig?
You know we dig. Real Talk Metaphor Messiah. Gone but never forgotten. Good night, everybody. We'll see you later.